Hello, 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 yummy mummies and mummies to be, yummy daddies and daddies to be. Welcome to the Maternity Diary. I think the pregnancy and postpartum journey, there aren't so many stories surrounding that. And so it comes to a time when a lot of people get surprised when they hear of certain conditions that have been associated with pregnancy or postpartum journeys. So today I have a very wonderful mother who is a health life coach to share her story on her pregnancy and postpartum journey, and particularly on how she handled a condition called the Diastasis Recti. So sit back, relax, and we are live. Mummies and daddies, hi everyone watching. If you do have a story surrounding your pregnancy, your postpartum journey, or even pre-pregnancy, please do contact us on social media and share your story with us, and so that we can share it to the world, because you never know whom you are saving, whom your story is going to help in the future. So please do contact us and we'll be so glad to share your story to the world. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Diilo. As many, you can call me, if you have a wife, you can call me Diilo Bijou, you can call me Coach D. Okay, so I'm a wellness coach and a biochemist by is that even profession? I studied biochemistry, studying MPhil pharmacology. About my pregnancy journey, what do I remember? Things that I expected that really did not happen. So, I said I was a wellness coach, and starting out when I was pregnant, one of the things I expected was that I was going to, have my baby, bounce back, show my clients how it's done. So I started this journey of being a wellness coach without being a mom, and I had a lot of mom clients who sort of used to complain, they were tired, they lacked energy, baby this, baby that, and sometimes I felt I was unkind. Now I know better, but then I had all the expectations. So I was prepared to show my mom clients how it's done, give them all the apport because I'll have it all. Then boom, I had my baby. Then came Nico, the most unexpected journey. By day 3, my baby's eyes were yellowing. I was frustrated. I had the episiotomy wound. I thought it was coming off. I had to sleep in Nico for 3 days, and it was not a good experience. I would never wish this experience on anyone. That was my first shock. Then came a few months. I was ready to exercise. I thought I was ready, I started even doing some walks, doing a few exercises. Then I realized that no, there was something wrong with my tummy. But before then, my mom, the traditional way mommies try to tie your tummy, they try to use hot water to massage, all those old wife tales on healing a postpartum mom. And when my mom started, I remember it was just uncomfortable when she was massaging my belly. It felt like something bouncy. She would even ask me, what is that? And then I didn't know. So fast forward, when I started exercises, I realized that there was something not really going on well with my belly. Then I thought of a client who had mentioned that she had DR. And she told me because of that she can't exercise. She's like been asked to stay away from anything exercise, and she has a big tummy, and because of that she can't lose it and all that. So when I thought about it, I said, okay, let me go and read on this. I went to read, and yes, I had diastasis recti. When I tried to check for diastasis recti, I was appalled. Even my first check, I think I didn't even read how to check it properly. The moment I could fit in all these fingers into my belly like that, I just went crazy. Like, what is this? And everything I was seeing was talking about surgery, healing through surgery, and I wasn't ready for anything surgery, honestly. So I was glad I bumped on a study, someone talking about her experience with diastasis and trying to heal through exercise and breathing. The fact that you're looking for a little hope in when everything looks blur and bleak, that was the hope for me. So when I saw that, I was like, and funny enough, I followed her so much, I didn't even take her name. I looked through her exercises, I took her tips, and then I just started going with it. So about 2 months after finding out, I got a postpartum belt because I had spoken about reading it to my husband, and God bless him, he went to buy one. He just surprised me with one, and it was really firm. So I had to be exercising with this belt. I had to stop cardio. Anything that involved stretching the tummy, I had to stop. One of the best things I learned in this process was posture. How to pick up things. Some of these things we usually would just rule out. I learned how to pick up things from the floor without just bending straight, because I had to take care of my core. I learned how to roll off the bed and roll onto the bed, not just up like this and going back down. These are things that I've also been able to show moms now who have suffered diastasis recti for so many years. When I found out mine, I've had this client, she had been working on herself and all that. Just like, what, I feel like my tummy has trimmed, but it's still pointed. And then I didn't know better. So when I found out, and I said, what, I think you have this, can you check? And I shared it to a few of them who had a problem, and they all had it. So I just put us in a group, and I was sharing resources. We were all trying the exercises. It really helped us improve. But I think it gets to a point where you need a consistent effort to get the tummy flat. And you need to accept yourself. You need to love yourself through it all. If you don't accept that this is how your tummy is going to be like for a while, and it's slower, you see other moms snapping back. And that's one of the things that I found a bit uncomfortable dealing with. Initially, being the wellness coach, trying to encourage people to work on themselves, and then realizing that my tummy was not the standard. I don't want to say that's the standard for everybody, because when I do my wellness evaluation, my belly fat is 1.5. Like, that means I have almost the least belly fat anyone can have. But diastasis recti will change the shape of your belly. That was one of my biggest shock I've had to deal with for 2 years. I have improved. There are setbacks. There are times when I think I've shared on social media about my struggles. There are times where I can't even share because I just have to deal with how I feel that moment and then move on. I have my community where I share how I feel, also there other moms share, and we're all about self-care. I think becoming a mom, what I'll find different from what my mom and her age group or her, that bracket, we know them, what they were doing was they felt that a new mom should, be busy all the time. But a lot of us have come to discover that you cannot give what you do not have. You need to love yourself first before you can pour into others. You can't pour from an empty cup. And so that realization of the importance of self-care was a big changer, game changer for me on my journey. Then, that's even postpartum, I think I even went postpartum, but pregnancy journey, I didn't have serious cravings. I was craving exotic foods. I found it, quite strange. But I remember my first 2 months, I would crave fufu. I couldn't eat anything. I couldn't stomach anything that I had cooked because it smelled repulsive. Once I'm standing in the kitchen, I'm repulsed by whatever I'm cooking. So I remember I was stuck on fufu. I was buying fufu for a while. I tried I had moved away from bread, but I think pregnancy brought me back. There was a time now I could eat bread with a lot of margarine, and I think I had to really control my mind to stop after a week. I didn't want it to become a habit. Then one food I wouldn't eat at all was some kind of noodles I'm always talking against. Then all of a sudden I'm craving it, and I go get it a few times. I think the 4th time I got that noodle, I realized that I was beginning to get swollen feet, and I know that those noodles are not the best quality if you're thinking about nutrition for your baby. For me, nutrition is the biggest savior. I'm not replacing the savior. If you're a Christian, Jesus Christ is our savior. But when it comes to health and wellness, I believe everything starts on the inside. What we put into our bodies is like key. Sometimes I'm begrudging doctors who say, eat everything. I remember when my doctor said, it's pregnancy, eat anything you are craving, when the appetite comes. And I'm like, doctor, don't advise me to do that, and don't advise any woman to do that, because sometimes it's a dangerous thing. When we do some of these things, it affects us. There's high blood cholesterol in pregnancy. There's high blood sugar that can result, all of that. My biggest testimony was to go through 9 months of pregnancy with no challenges. Being someone who has had fibroids, who discovered she had fibroids before taking seed, I even think my baby's pregnancy journey with me was a miracle baby. Because doctors said, I don't think you can take seed because of the position of the fibroids, all those things. And then, baby comes. I went to France. I had another doctor there, and he's like, yeah, I think I agree with your doctor. You need to have them removed. When my friend went there, that was my friend's doctor. When she went there and said, she's just had a baby, the doctor was like, oh wow, from what I have seen from the scan, it didn't look like it would happen. I had gone to a hospital before. I will mention the hospital name. And then I felt my doctor, when I started my antenatal, I felt my doctor's energy was not matching mine. So I switched hospitals. He'd always say, because of the fibroids, you'll get sick and we'll have to admit you at some point, and we'll give you drips, we'll give you medication, but you'll be okay. This is a doctor that from beginning, when my HCG levels were never going high, at the time when we were expecting 6,000, my HCG levels were around 200s, and I was going back to the hospital every 2 days to check my HCG levels. And my first few weeks of that pregnancy was horrible. I would cry and pray. I couldn't even pray. I had friends who would stand with me in prayer because I thought I was going to lose the pregnancy. Well, because I had been told that maybe I can't until I'm taking out the fibroids, it sort of took space in my mind. So when the doctor said, the next time you come, if these HCG levels are not going up, for a whole week I had been coming every 2 days, and the HCG levels would go up by 2, come down by 20. That was all it was doing. I don't know whether it was a problem with their machine and all that, but eventually, I said that last time, after praying, I was going to the hospital. I said, when I go, I'm going to tell this doctor, check the baby's heartbeat, do the scan. We did that the first time, we didn't see anything. You said maybe the fibroid was blocking the baby. Let's do it now. Lo and behold, he did it. He's like, oh wow, see a heartbeat. He sounded so surprised. Then later he said, medically these things happen. I hung on him saying medically these things happen because he was clearly someone who probably didn't have faith. But as time went on, he would constantly remind me about the fibroid. I wasn't comfortable, so I decided to switch hospitals. I remember sharing this with friends all the time, that the moment I went to the new hospital, And then the new doctor saw me. I was like, oh, you know, I have fibroids. It's like, oh, that's fine. A lot of women have fibroids and they have their babies. I felt it wasn't a big deal. I mean, this is something maybe many doctors could have said, but that calmed me down. And throughout pregnancy, thanks be to God, no sickness. You know, the other time, the other hospital, the other doctor would ask me, so still you haven't been sick, no pain anywhere, no nothing. But I remember in pregnancy, there was one time I was getting up from the hospital bed and I told the doctor I had felt this sharp pain. And it didn't feel, I would say, it didn't feel like it was inside the belly. It didn't feel like it was on top. It just felt like it was in between. So I'm sure the muscle, that was when probably I had completely felt like I had damaged the muscle. So diastasis recti is the abdominal muscles. We have what we call the six-pack separating. For some people, it can completely open up. For others, the tissue, connective tissue there becomes a bit loose. And for some, they can have just a one finger separation. For one finger separation, usually they don't have to do anything, it just heals. But for some people, 2 fingers, 3. Mine, I think later on when I decided to check, I realized that I could fit 4 fingers. You know, I told you from the beginning, I didn't even really take note of it. I was just appalled by it. But I mean, eventually I realized I could fit 4 fingers across, and then 6 fingers, you know, across 2, like a few above, about 2 below the navel, about 4 above the navel. Now I can fit in just about 2, and then across it goes just about a finger. Yes, but you know, sometimes I have the bloating associated with fibroids. I still have the bloating also. Sometimes I don't even know if it's associated with DR, but I'm managing it, I think, well. Being a wellness coach, a lot of the things I've had to do has to do with modifying my exercises, making sure that I am doing DR compliant exercises. I mean, now modern knowledge has come up. A lot of people say, you know what, you don't really have to conform to doing this, but I'm still stuck in my own world of making sure I'm staying within that bracket, because research comes and goes. People, now we have so much going on social media. People say this person says that, and it can be really conflicting. I haven't seen research actually on it, so I'm sticking with doing DR compliant exercises. I've learned how to breathe, you know, while exercising, and that was when I did away with postpartum belt when I'm exercising. You know, you sort of breathe in. When you breathe in, you fill your belly with air. Then when you're breathing out, you consciously blow out air and pull the belly in as if you're pulling it from the beginning to the front to the back. You have to envision it sort of and do it. You can do this repeatedly, like 10 counts at once. Do it again, 10 counts. I remember early days when I was really conscious about doing that, I could do it about 6 times in a day. One of the things I also learned from research, what physiotherapists have shared, was that it wasn't okay to wear a postpartum belt for more than 6 to 8 hours in a day. It wasn't also okay to you know, sit on your toilet seat with it. When you're going to the washroom each time, you have to take it off. I don't really remember what the explanation was, but it explained that it's best to remove it before you go to the washroom and all that. About mommy's time, the tummies, I think that sometimes they do it too hard, and sometimes it's just sectioned on only one part, so it leaves a bit of pain and discomfort, and then also it just feels like it's pushing one side away. It's not really doing the work, but it's effective. A lot of them have worked on it. So I say, if you don't have DR, you know, if you don't have any conditions that CS, your doctor hasn't cleared you, you know, don't try it. make sure you consult with your doctor. Now I tell clients when they come to me, especially moms, you know, have you checked for DR? That's one of the first things I ask. Next time you go to the doctor, always ask them to examine you for diastasis recti. And I'm also giving this out there, any new mom, when you go back for your review, 3-day review, 6 weeks review, make sure you ask your doctor to clear you, you know, for exercise before you start any exercise routine. Also, your nutrition is very important. One of the things I loved during pregnancy was my omega-3. You know, I'm also a Herbalife distributor, and we have omega-3 capsules. I had been doing a lot of reading about nutrition, making sure that my baby comes well and healthy. And then I saw something about omega-3 helping with baby brain development. You know, so omega-3s were my constant, my vitamins. You know, a friend shared with me that being a mom is like her greatest blessing, and she doesn't take the job lightly because she knows she will account for it, and so she sees that as her greatest job on earth. That was profound. I was pregnant then when she shared it with me, and it stuck with me. So I started thinking, what can I do to always make sure that my baby has the best? And so my healthy eating, making sure that my baby is getting all the nourishment, and of course prayer. If you believe in prayer, you know that whatever you are doing, if God is not in it, anything can happen. Even when God is in it, sometimes he brings you a certain baby for a purpose. And I've seen people with babies with special needs, and maybe they are wondering why this, why that, but I feel like every child has a purpose, and when God chooses you to, you know, take charge of the baby's life, that's like a huge task, a very big deal we shouldn't take lightly. Like, he has commanded us, a big command, and if you're able to execute this perfectly, you know, the first place where we can instill spirituality, the first place where we can lead, the first souls we can convert and take to Christ, I think, are our children. And when God puts this in our care, it's like something we don't take lightly. So anything you're doing for your child, right from, you know, pregnancy, I would talk to my baby, pray for my baby. There were times I had strange dreams, you know, those pregnancy dreams, and I'd wake up and I'm sweating and I'm like, oh God, and you know, all those things, you know. You know, just being a mom, I think, is sweet. Sometimes they make you angry, sometimes they make you feel like you can explode, sometimes you feel like you can escape from their lives, but they are little loves. And when they call you mommy, mama, it's just so beautiful. And when you see how much you can sacrifice for someone like your child, you realize that the depth of love you have for them, you can't quantify. And then you begin to appreciate your parents, your moms, for all they do for you. And you know that you want to do better for your child. You know, when I put away my master's thesis, I just, you know, one of the things that motivated me, apart from my husband pushing me, was, you know, letting my child see that I'm not a quitter, and you know, she can't quit on anything, she can do it, and her mom is an achiever, we can go higher if we want. That's not the only way to succeed. I mean, starting as a biochemist, going into wellness coaching, and a Herbalife distributor, I remember people asking me, you know, what are you doing? You have a degree and all that. Because people think that it's just network marketing, but I think it's about helping people, giving yourself for the service of people, and being there at your client's beck and call, wanting to know what to do. And I feel that being a biochemist even puts me in a position to help more, because I understand the basics much more, you know, as compared to maybe others. The company does amazing by providing resources you can use to help clients. That's how come it's open to everybody. You know, a lot of things I thought I knew until I started. And like, there are over 300 experts, nutritionists, dietitians, you know, Nobel laureates who create amazing products. I'm taking this called the Lifter. It gives a lot of energy boost, and it has vitamin C also. what I love about the product, I would say, is the fact that it's not just shakes. People say, oh, Herbalife shakes, but it's not just shakes. You know, there are a wide range of products, from helping from stress and lack of sleep. You know, we actually have a product that was designed by a Nobel laureate, Dr. Luis Ignaro. You can look him up, called the Night Works. It's amazing. It helps with stress, you know, increasing your nitric oxide so that you can sleep well. We have our omega-3s I talked about. We have a lot of nutrients in our shakes. We have soy proteins, and even outside Ghana, I have clients who are maybe they don't take anything soy. They have products that are free from soy. We have vegan products, gluten-free. You know, all these things are taken into consideration, and I like the fact that they are research-based. Most of the time, research-based products are products that a lot of thought has gone into. A lot of experts have sat, come together, tested their facilities, and these are homegrown so that they are non-GMO. A lot of farmlands and all that. The teas are energy teas. They are not slim teas. That's why you don't see us competing in the slim tea market, but they are energy teas, and they are thermogenic. The fact that they help increase your metabolism, help you to burn about 80 to 100 calories naturally, and then they also help boost your energy, your mental alertness. We have all these things, and I just love the fact that there's always some added nutrients somewhere, some antioxidants somewhere, some vitamins, you know, 21 vitamins and minerals added even to some of our proteins, so that if you're someone who just wants to do a protein supplement alone, you are getting nutrients also in addition. Vitamins for men, for women, tailored to men and women needs. There are a vast range of products, and they are not weight loss products. I mean, initially the company started from there, and then a lot of research, 43 or 44 years on, it has grown, and a lot of changes. It's gone from being just into weight loss into nutrition. So you'd find that maybe the same product, someone losing weight is taking, someone gaining weight is taking, but the quality of what happens to the body comes from the coaching and the guidance and what you do with them. They just add on. They're low calorie but balanced, so that's why they are meal replacement. They are a complete meal. You can have for breakfast, you can have for lunch, you can have for dinner. You can also modify it a bit with fruits, vegetables, you know, leaves, green leaves once they are edible, seeds, you know, all these things, and they make it amazing. So that's why I use that for my clients, because I'm able to at least track, and I know that if they are replacing breakfast, especially with a shake, then of course I can track that they are reducing excess calories from excesses they could eat. I know they are balancing their meals better by adding it. A lot of clients come in most of the time for the weight management, but when they come in, they realize that they are sleeping better, they are doing number 2 better, they are, you know, more relaxed. People are seeing their skin glow, you know, skin changes, because they are nourishing their bodies. That's why I say what you do internally shows on the outside. Recently, we even have a skin beauty drink for reducing wrinkles, especially under eyes, slowing down aging features and all that. It's been shown, I mean, proven to really work, and lots of over 30s are going in for it, and then it's been amazing for them. We also have an outer skin range, especially for face. We have gel lotion for body. We have a whole wide range. We call them outer nutrition. I love them because most of the time I don't patronize certain skincare, because I've always been stuck on one particular natural, the shea butter, the cocoa butter. I use cocoa butter for my daughter, and I even have a supplier. Sometimes I supply to people, and I just go not to certain manufactured, you know, there's so many on the market. People come up every day mixing things and selling. You need to really go into it, you know, watch what they are doing, because sometimes there may be contamination. You may rather destroy your skin further. You don't know how they are mixing it. Some people would mix chemicals into it and all that. So I'm just stuck on it because I know it's well researched. The facilities are there, they are testing it. There are chemists there, there are biochemists in the facility. All these people are coming together to check the quality. There's quality assurance, and then I can trust that it's coming clean, well taken care of. So yes, that's why I usually recommend. And I have a team. Yes, I have a team of mostly women. I have a few men in my team. They are doing amazing. The philosophy we work with is helping people. Once you are helped, you also, you know, pay it forward. So once you've been helped, someone reached out to you, helped you, you saw the amazing benefits you got, you recommend another person to try it. And you know, always there's something great about it, you know, to find out. So basically that's it. So it's been nice chatting with you. I've been talking so much that I haven't had my drink. The product tastes good also. Amazing, right? Sometimes people think that healthy products may be bland or they won't taste nice, but they do. So you can always try them. Oh, I'll be happy to be your coach if you ask me. All right, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
Well, this has been a very, very, very insightful section with you. Thank you so much, Coach D, for spending your time. In fact, I know how busy you are, and so to be able to have time to do this interview with us, I'm just super grateful. Thank you so much, and I learned so much from your story. And yeah, and the few pointers I had from your story was for us not to use the postpartum belt for too long. We should listen to our physiotherapists and doctors when they speak with us. We should take the medications that we have to take. And yeah, and if you think that you need a life coach, a health coach, someone to help you through your journey, your health journey, please do contact Coach D. I'll be putting her handle name up in this video and in the description. Also, you can find her direct link and her WhatsApp link, so you can contact her directly on how she can coach you to live a healthy and happy life. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. If this is your first time watching our videos, please do subscribe, share this video, comment, let me know if there's anything that even surprised you about this video. Please do share it in the comment section. You know how much I love to read your comments, right? Like, you should see me when I'm reading your comments and replying. I'm usually in a nice couch with my phone and a cup of tea. Seriously, it's one of my best moments in the day when I'm reading your comments and replying. So please do send me a comment there, and like this video if it has taught you something. If it has been very interesting, please like this video. I do appreciate it. And until next time, stay happy, stay healthy, stay beautiful, and never ever forget that God loves you. See you next time. Bye.